Hey team, nice to see you all. Hey Angie, hey Ann, hey Kathy, and hey everyone else that's going to catch this later. We just want to say hey, hop on. Justin's going to talk first.
Okay. Well, just a reminder, the idea behind doing these calls on Sunday night, the vision behind it is just encouragement. We want to be in front of the team and just kind of let them know some of the thoughts we're having, some of the things we're learning. And the whole idea is just to be an encouragement to you guys. So we want to be an encouragement through training, through stories, through failures, through humor, whatever the case is. But we just want to be out in front of you and just kind of share with you what we're learning and hope you're encouraged. So I'm going to start, then Megan's going to kind of take a little bit, and then I'm going to finish up, and we're both going to kind of hit this together, but this will be recorded for other people to catch later too. So, but one thing I was thinking about is just sowing seeds in light of sharing Plexus with people. And there's some scriptures in the book of Matthew that I've been thinking about lately about the seed and the parable of the sower is what it's called. And so I've been thinking about that. I'm just going to share a couple thoughts I have, and that's in Matthew chapter 13. But I'm going to start reading in verse 3. It says, "Behold, a sower went out to sow." And I got to thinking about this. This is really simple, and I'm a simple guy, but sowers sow seeds. I know it's very simple, very basic, but at the same time, networkers network. You know, we need to be networking. We need to be sowing the seeds of Plexus. And I think we need to be, I think we need to be not afraid to go back to the basics of network marketing. I think sometimes things can just you get really caught up and busy with a lot of different things, and then you end up not networking. But we are network marketers, so we need to be networking. We need to be sowing seeds. It's what we do. I heard Celeste Gwynn say one time, just go talk to people. Mm-hmm. You know, really, I think we can make things more difficult than what they need to be. You can get caught up on team page stuff. We can get caught up on group things. We can get caught up on readings. We can get caught up on all this stuff. And those things are good. They have their place. Don't get me wrong. But we need to go back to the basics. Just go talk to people. Tell them what we've seen and what we've heard. And I just want to give everybody permission. It's okay to be simple. You have permission to be simple. Because simple is duplicatable. You know, and that's the idea here is we want to duplicate things that we're learning. We want to duplicate our victories. And so don't be afraid to be simple.
Okay. So, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about with, when I was wondering what I should share is just, he actually brings me back to simplicity. I feel like I tend to overcomplicate and overschedule myself, and he's like, simplify. So in terms of Plexus, I feel like go back to the basics like he was saying. It's talking with people, introducing the products, introducing the business, educating people about it, following up, signing up. And then once people sign up, then it's a continual process of following up with them, coaching if they need it, encouraging, introducing the business to them if that's what they want to do to get their products paid for. And yeah, it's funny. Our notes are kind of the same, I guess. But so keeping it simple, I feel like definitely Facebook can be a big hole you can get lost in. And I feel like I've been a lot more detached from Facebook. Like I've been getting on and posting real quick, and I will, put important things on the team page, but way more than that. And let me mute everyone. Mute all. Can you everyone mute? Someone's not. Sorry. Oh, here we go. There we go. Anyways, so keeping it super simple. I pop on, do my team page posts. I post on my Facebook wall. I do my Instagram stuff, hashtags, you know, that kind of thing. But then I get off and I go, you know, focus on what I need to focus on in my house and with my kids, my family. So learning to network is important. Those things that are on the team page should be basic stuff. That's what team pages should be, is basics. Some of the IPA stuff is beneficial, is learn, you know, you're getting skills on learning how to network, learning networking skills both on social media and just in person. It should not be complex. And you know what I was thinking? You know who's the ultimate networker is Jesus. I mean, he used that networking skill for sharing the gospel and sharing, sharing his story with people. But how we, you know, I have certain things that are important to me, so I'm going to be networking with those, you know, sharing those particular things. So it's a basic, I feel like some people are natural networkers, some people aren't as much, but it's a skill that you can learn. And so I feel like I am learning to be more of a networker, being interested in people. It's not because I want to be able to sell them something. I mean, I feel like Plexus definitely I know what I have to offer people, but it's not just Plexus I have to offer people. There's a lot of other things that we can share with other people, add value to people. So networking is a good thing. So capitalize on that when you're out and about this season. You know, you're shopping, you're eating out more, you're at parties, you're doing those things. Keep your ears open because people talk about what they're struggling with, you know, whether it's spiritual, emotional, physical, and we have answers. And financial, yes, financial. So I'm going back to simplicity. That's my mantra in my home, with my home organizing, with meals, with school, is just simple, even with Christmas, keeping it super simple. And so that's what I want to be doing with Plexus so that it's duplicatable. So just as an encouragement, work your business first before you start scrolling Facebook or Instagram. You get lost in there. So use Facebook, use it to your advantage. So post interesting things, be followable on Instagram and, you know, social media. Go check your likes, you know, write people's names down that you haven't connected with in a while. Just start connecting with people. You don't have to be cold messaging people about Plexus. You can just start networking, you know, and they're going to see your, you know, things that you value, whether it's Plexus or other things. So in terms of these things, let me tell a little story. So in terms of simplicity, we are doing a little opportunity event in Arthur. If you don't know where Arthur is, it's basically the Amish Mecca in Illinois. So they don't have internet. We're not going to have a fancy clicker to do our little presentation. We're going to be sharing, talking. It's just us and maybe some products, little product bottles. But I want to be duplicatable, and that's something that really spoke to me when Bridget Ryan talked, is that she said she doesn't do a fancy opportunity event, sip and see or whatever. She said it's just her talking, and I'm sure other people may be sharing their stories, but she said because she wants her team to look at her and say, I could do that. And so that's what we want to do, is be duplicatable when we present. And then the Facebook Live that we're going to have on Tuesday night, we want to do that for our team, for you guys, so that basically all you have to do, so you've been chatting with people, talking with people, all you have to do is follow up with them and say, hey, our friends are doing a little fun Facebook Plexus info meeting, Facebook Live. You want to come? You know, we'll add you to the page if you want to come. Be sure to invite them and wait to hear back from them. Don't just add your whole friends list to that group, please. Oh my. But we want to be super simple. So I'm not going to be trying to get all of our leaders involved on that. We're just going to do it, you know, follow up with your people that have questions and that kind of thing. But we want to keep it super, super simple.
Good. Mm-hmm. I'll trade you. So back to the parable of the sower in light of sowing seeds and in light of networking. Sorry, I have drool on my shirt now. And our Christmas lights, can you see? We let our kids decorate our house, so we have lights everywhere. So you can see this nice strand right here behind us. So anyway, back to the parable of the sower in light of networking. I'm just going to use these principles once again. I'm not trying to take anything out of context here, but so the basic idea is that sowers go out and they sow. And networkers like us, we go out and we network. That's the meaning of being a network marketer, is you network. And so we need to be networking. We need to be out there and sowing seeds. And, in this context, sowing seeds of Plexus, just sharing it, the opportunity and the products with people. So I'm just going to read through some of these verses. I thought they really spoke to me in light of our Plexus business. But verse 4 says, "And as he sowed, some seed fell by the wayside, and the birds came and devoured them." And you guys, if you've been out there networking, you've sowed some Plexus seeds, and they just go by the wayside. I throw seeds everywhere. I have cards all over the place. So I put some in a elevator in Texas, and I thought, well, this is a perfect spot, So I went downstairs, I placed them nice and neat. I come back up. Someone had already thrown them on the ground. And I thought, well, those seeds were thrown by the wayside. They were wasted. But I came back by a little later and someone else had picked them up. So who knows? Who knows? The idea is don't get discouraged, even if it seems like sometimes when you're sowing seeds, whether it's messages, whether it's phone calls, whether it's a card, whatever, if you're hearing crickets, which means no one's responding to you, no one's returning your call, no one's sending you a message back, don't be discouraged. Just keep sowing seeds. Keep networking. Keep networking. The next couple of verses 5 and 6 say, some fell on stony places where they did not have much earth, and they immediately sprang up because they had no depth of earth. But when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. So I've had some people on my team, actually some of them didn't even sign up. They were so excited to get started. They said, this one guy I remember for sure, I just met him in the middle of nowhere and just told him about Plexus, and he said, I could sell anything to anybody. I am going to rock this business. I mean, he was wanting to start off and just take off. Well, he never even signed up. So, I mean, he had the right start. He started in his thinking, but he just withered away. I don't know what happened to him. He just kind of withered away. And you're going to have that. We've had some people even in our home who have signed up, and they said, man, I've got a list of 30 people that are ready to sign up tomorrow. And remember that one girl sat in here?
Oh, yeah.
3 days in a row to sign. Anyway, so we sowing seeds, and then she was here. She was going to sign up 30 people in like 2 days, and then I don't know what happened.
Get a hold of her.
She just kind of withered away. I don't know what happened, but we don't get discouraged. We keep sowing seeds, keep throwing seeds out there, and because sometimes when things get hard, or when people realize that network marketing is a lot of hard work, there's a lot more rejection, and there's a lot more hard work involved in this than what people realize. And I think people sometimes want to start off real great, and they just kind of wither away. And that's okay. That's all right. We love them, but we still have to be out networking. We still have to be out networking and sowing seeds. Let's see. The next verse says, and some fell among thorns, and thorns sprang up and choked them. I look at thorns like negative people. A lot of times you'll sow some seeds here and there, and you'll get some of the negative stuff. I've had people tell me, doesn't that stuff have like heroin in it? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know. It does not have any illegal drugs in it. We give it to our children, okay? Well, I read an article on Google. I'm like, what is wrong with you? So that those are thorns, you know. So those are thorns we get from people. And we actually had a family member. We've had some really interesting family situations with Plexus. But so we've talked, Angie, we've talked about this a little bit. But I don't know if you know this one or not. But is she still on her team? Anyway, so
maybe you shouldn't say it.
So I don't know. Let me think about that for a minute. So okay, well, we have, you know, you have some ambassadors who sign up, see really great results with the products, but the business may not be going all that well. And someone else might come along and say, well, they sell Slim at Walmart, you know, which isn't even true. So then your ambassador just quits, regardless of the health results that they've seen, regardless of anything else. That one thorn comes in, that one negative thought comes in, and these people, they're choked out and they're gone. They're gone.
They need the product so badly.
But they're caught up in some negativity. And so anyway, when that happens, you know, I think we have a lot of things now that we can combat some of that stuff more than we could early on. You know, more information now. But when that happens, you know, just don't be discouraged. Just keep sowing seeds. Keep sowing seeds. And then verse 8, I want to point this out real quick. It says, but others fell on good ground and yielded a crop. Some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. You know, and this is these are the things that keep us going a lot of times, because as we're sowing seeds, some of those seeds fall on the right ground. Some of the Plexus seeds that we share with people that we sow just hit people at the right time, the perfect time. And it's what they need for their health. It's what they need for their finances. It's what they need for a relationship or personal growth. And it's just the right time. And fruit comes out of it. You know, testimonies come out of it. Life-changing testimonies come out of it. And these are the seeds that keep you going. These are the seeds that we sow, and someone comes back and says, thank you so much for sharing Plexus with me. I don't have this anymore. Or thank you for sharing Plexus with me. I'm going to be on stage one day, or I'm going to retire, or I'm whatever. But, you know, we have to just keep sowing the seeds. We have to keep sharing. And the ones that fall on good grounds, like I said, those are the ones with a testimony and a belief in the product. And they just start sowing seeds on their own. You know, and that's fun to watch. You know, and then they start producing a crop, so to speak, and a crop. So the idea is, if we would have thrown out some seeds and they went by the wayside and we quit, we would have never saw the fruit come out of, you know, all of you guys. You know, we would have never saw that. So we get some really amazing testimonies from friends and from family. And I'm so glad that we didn't quit sowing seeds when things got hard, you know, when things didn't go our way. To be honest with you, the majority of the seeds that we sow don't produce fruit. But the ones that do produce fruit are enough to encourage us to keep going. You know, I got a letter from a Marine Corps friend of mine. He and I both have spent time overseas. He and I both have experienced levels of anxiety throughout our lives. We've encouraged, he's a Christian too, and we've spent time walking with each other through anxiety issues in life. And he just sent me a message the other day, and he said, you know, I've been taking Plexus for a year. I've had 0 panic attacks, and I've had no high anxiety. So that was a seed that I sowed a year ago that fell on good ground. It's producing fruit, and those things keep us going. So just keep sowing seeds, keep sharing Plexus with people. It's worth it. It really is. And I want to also encourage you is that when you sow anything, there's a gap between sowing and reaping. There's always a gap. So just because you sow seeds today doesn't mean you're going to produce and you'll be ready for harvest tomorrow. You know, and we need to keep that in mind, because I think a lot of times we get stuck. Well, I sowed some seeds, nothing came up, and you know, I quit now. I mean, no, we have to constantly be networking. We have to constantly be sowing seeds. That way we can constantly be reaping the benefits or the harvest or the fruit of that. It's kind of a never-ending business, really. We have to just keep networking. That's just the nature of this industry. So keep sowing seeds and just be encouraged. There is going to be a gap between the sowing and the reaping. There's always a gap. A couple things about sharing Plexus with people I wanted to share is let's see. Okay, we were in Texas at the Leaders Retreat in October. Angie was there with us. A handful of us were there, and there was this waitress that we had at this hotel. So this is the leaders that qualified for the Plexus Leaders Retreat. And I'm thinking, this girl, first of all, she's in Texas. Every other person does Plexus in Texas, it seems like. And here we are at the Leaders Retreat. I'm sure that 100 people have already networked this girl. 100 people have already sown seeds here. And so I just got to talking with her. And what I found out was interesting is nobody sowed seeds. She had never heard of Plexus. She had never, not one person, and we'd been there a few days, not one person had mentioned Plexus to her yet. So I'm working with her right now, and I hope to get her signed up soon. I hope to get a leg started in Texas, you know. And my thinking was, well, a better seed sower than me probably already sowed there. When it comes to sowing and networking, don't assume someone else has already networked there, or don't assume that you're not as good as one of those other networkers or one of those other seed sowers. You are. It's just a matter of talking to people. And so I talked to her. Another friend of mine I was in the Army with lives in Arkansas. If you look on our upline, everybody in Arkansas, it's like the Plexus Mecca. It's unbelievable how many people in Arkansas are on Plexus, especially around the Little Rock area. So I didn't reach out to him because I thought he's already heard of it. He lives there. Well, I finally reached out to him. Guess what? No one has sown seeds there. He had never even heard of it before, and he just signed up as an ambassador on Thursday. So my point is when we're networking, when we're sowing seeds, don't assume someone else has already sown seeds there. Just go for it. Go for it. Don't be afraid to jump out there. One of the other things is I wanted to share is about I think a lot of times we have a fear of sowing seeds. There's a level of fear involved in light of networking with people. And I'm the same way. There's things that we still have to overcome, but I was encouraged with my daughter, Madeline. We just got back from Texas, I don't know, a week ago probably. And we were at some restaurant, and she wanted something, I don't remember, ketchup or something. And she was definitely afraid of talking to somebody. So I was trying to help her get out of her shell a little bit. I said, so go ask that waitress to say, excuse me, ma'am, can I have some jelly or ketchup, whatever. It was jelly, whatever it was jelly. So she wouldn't do it. I said, Madeline, I'm not going to do it for you. You need to get out of your comfort zone and just go and ask her. So she finally worked up enough courage, and she went up behind this lady and said super quietly, she's like, ma'am, can I have some more? Well, she was talking so quiet, the lady never even heard her. So before Madeline finished her sentence, the lady just turned and walked off and left Madeline standing there, mortified. She was crushed. So she starts crying, and she comes back to the table. I mean, there is a good point to this story, but I just told her, I said, I'm so proud of you. It doesn't really matter if you, it doesn't really matter the outcome of what happened. What the encouraging thing is that you took a step in the right direction. You stepped out of your comfort zone and you went out there and, you know, you asked for your jelly. It didn't work, but it doesn't matter. The next time it's going to be so much easier. And the next time it's going to be so much easier. And then before too long, you'll be so comfortable that, you know, you'll just walk back in the kitchen and get it yourself. I mean, so if you have a level of fear about sowing seeds, if you have a level of fear about sharing Plexus, you're not alone, for one, but you have to take that first step. And the first time you do it, it may not be comfortable. The people might turn around and walk off, just like the waitress did for Madeline. But you're making a step in the right direction. And overcoming some of these fears is one of the real cool things about network marketing, is the way that we grow as people. It's pretty incredible to see. So sow seeds, be seed sowers, be networkers. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to remind everyone that Blitz that they're doing, that Plexus is offering you, it's great because they're helping us be balanced in our customer ambassador signups. So if you sign up a customer and an ambassador, you get $50. Go to the team page for the details, or your email or whatever. And you can win that multiple times till the 16th, which is awesome. So remember that. And then there's a team prayer tomorrow morning at 6:30 on the team page. It's just Facebook Live. I will post a post tonight, and you can drop your prayer requests in the comments, and then we'll be live tomorrow morning.
What time?
6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yep. And then Tuesday, we're kind of doing a new thing this month. We're trying it out. So the first and third Tuesdays are ambassador trainings. The second Tuesday is a team opportunity event. So this is a Facebook Live group. So if you're not in the group yet, ask your sponsor to add you. I added a bunch of people, but I don't want to miss anyone either. So we'll just go in. You can start adding people that want to be at that event on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. And it'll be Facebook Live, Justin and I sharing about the products, about the business, about our testimony. Yeah. Super simple. And then, do you want to say?
Just one thing. The last day, the Super Saturday is coming up, and I would encourage everybody to try to go to Super Saturday. It's very encouraging. It's a real cool thing to be a part of. So the last day to register for that is December 16th. And I know not everybody is in Illinois or going to be going to the Springfield one, but Megan and I will have an opportunity this year to speak at the Springfield event to share our testimony at the opportunity event this year. So that's pretty awesome. We're thankful for that opportunity, and we're thankful for And then we're thankful for all of you guys, because without you, we wouldn't have an opportunity to be on stage or to share our story. So we're extremely excited about that.
Have you guys enjoyed all the testimonies on the team page? There's been, if you haven't been on the team page in a while, every day in December, there's a different person from our team sharing their personal Plexus story. And some of you have already shared, Janelle, Angie, other ones. They've been great. So it's very belief building. I feel like sometimes we get so caught up in learning the business, learning how to share with people, that just hearing these testimonies are amazing. People free from carpal tunnel and pain and inflammation, and kids having better better health. And I mean, I just think through, I was reminded the other day, I was sharing a story, or my personal story with a lady at BSF, and I got in the car, I was like, oh my word, 3 years ago, I felt horrible and I felt awful, and this health journey that I've been on, I'm so thankful for the products, because honestly, I feel great. Like, I feel like I'm 20 or in my teens or something. Like, I don't feel like I have 6 kids and am up in the night nursing the baby. Like, I'm so thankful for Plexus, for what the products have done for our family's health. It's been amazing. But I love hearing everyone on our team sharing, their own health journey as well. So yeah, exciting. Should we open it for questions?
Yeah, I was just going to say, we're going to keep doing these on Sunday night. I don't know if we'll do it on Christmas Day or not. We'll see. But if anybody has any requests of anything they'd like to hear us talk about, by all means, let us know. Next week we might have some fun. I don't know exactly yet, but next week we might share on some of our failures in light of sharing Plexus with others and what not to do. So I'll have an outfit on, so it'll be, it could be pretty interesting. But
Baby's laughing.
Anyway, if anybody has any questions now, why we have a few minutes left. If anybody wants to throw a question out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's 7 minutes left. So what questions do you have for us? We're happy to answer anything that's on your brain. Yeah. Our kids came back. They were at their grandma's house, and they came bursting through the door nice and early, right before 8:30. So yeah, unmute yourself if you have a question that you'd like to ask. I know when I started Plexus, I had all of these questions, and wanted to kind of chat with someone about, hey, so what about this, or what about that, or how do you do this? What's been on your brains?
Hey, I did get asked yesterday if they can take their block at the same time as they take their slim in the morning. What do you know on that? Can they take their block at the same time as they take their slim?
Well, I think so.
Sorry.
I was just worried that it was going to block some of the nutrients of their slim.
Oh, the block.
Oh.
I was thinking boost.
I guess this is what I tell people. I say take it. Why did they want to take it with their slim, did they say?
They just wanted to take everything at once in the morning. They were doing their slim, and so they were just asking if they could take their block when they took their slim and their BioCleanse and their probiotic and
block sugars and carbs.
I would I mean, I don't think it'll hurt anything, but I personally tell people, do block right before your biggest meal of the day and then do it at bedtime.
Yeah. Because
of how it works on stored fat and blocking sugar, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I say. And some people need to start with 1 and then work up to 2, but take 2 and 2 eventually. 2 at meal, or 2 right before biggest meal, 2 at bedtime.
Okay.
What's the benefit of taking it at bedtime? I've been hearing some things about. I've been doing it, and I'm like, can you give me feedback on that? I can't really remember why we were doing that, or what the benefit was. I mean,
the science behind it is don't step on this. The science behind it is basically, like when you eat at bedtime, how that if you're not burning off those calories, then you're basically storing them as fat. And so taking block at bedtime, people have seen bigger weight loss results with taking it at bedtime, because of how it works on your blood sugars. Same with diabetics that have trouble with their morning readings trending high. It helps level out blood sugars to take the block at bedtime. So there's some, actually look up, do a search on the team pages and you can get more details. That's just off the top of my head what I remember reading about.
Hey, Megan, this is Kathy. The way that works is your liver processes any excess sugars and fats throughout the night. That's when your liver processes anything that you didn't burn during the day. And so that's why a lot of times people's their sugar, I'm type 2 diabetic, and that's why a lot of times the sugars will be higher first thing in the morning than they were at any time else during the day.
I see.
And as far as taking the block with the other stuff, when I was reading about the block the other day, it's a specific chemical that breaks down sugars and carbs that blocks that chemical. It doesn't actually block absorption of anything specifically, but it blocks that chemical that breaks up the sugars and the carbs. So it shouldn't affect anything else.
Okay.
I was concerned about taking it like at the same time as I took another medication, so I was reading on it.
Wow. Perfect. Thank you for sharing that. You might it's good to have a teammate or teamwork.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm the one that reads everything.
Awesome. Anyone else? Have a quick question about anything?
Yeah.
Our kids are excited. We do a little Advent thing at bedtime.
Yeah.
So we're going to pop off and do their little Advent tradition with them. Okie doke. It's a wrap. You guys have a great week.
All right.
Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow on the team call, and definitely you and your people on the Facebook Live on Tuesday night for our opportunity event. So let your teams know. Have a good night, guys.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Thank you guys, good info.
Bye. What do you got? Why is it wet?